Chosen one, you've been sensing it, not with your eyes, not with your ears, but with something deeper. A weight pressing on you in rooms where nothing should feel heavy. The sudden chill that creeps across your skin in the middle of silence. The feeling that you're never really alone. It's not your imagination. You're not losing your mind. You're not paranoid. You are being watched, but not by people, not by cameras or strangers. You're being watched by the unseen. Ever since your awakening began, something shifted. It wasn't just emotional. It wasn't just spiritual. It was energetic, like a ripple you sent through the universe the moment you whispered, "There's more to me than this." And from that moment, you lit up. Not in the physical, but in the spirit realm. You became visible. Heaven took notice. Hell took notice. And now the atmosphere is paying attention. This isn't a theory, it's a confirmation. That sudden burst of anxiety before you walk into a room? That's not social fear. That's your aura clashing with energies that don't know how to handle you. That ringing in your ears at night? That isn't random. That's the frequency of unseen watchers. Spiritual activity tuning into your light. That dream where someone whispered your name but no one was there when you woke up? It wasn't a dream, it was an invitation. And it's been happening more and more, hasn't it? You walk into places and feel drained. You speak truth and watch people flinch. You feel emotions that aren't yours. You wake up feeling like you've traveled somewhere your body never went. This is not madness. This is not new age fluff. This is spiritual technology activating. You, chosen one, are being observed. Not because you're weak, but because you've become dangerous to the darkness. The moment your frequency rose, your light was cataloged. You were marked, identified, flagged in both realms, heaven and hell. And now they're watching. Some are rooting for you, some are studying you, some are waiting to intercept you, but all of them know who you are, even if you don't, because you felt it in the silence, in the ache, in the repeated numbers that seem to follow you, in the eyes of strangers who stare a little too long, in the wild, unspoken knowing in your gut that something is happening. And the reason you can't explain it is because it was never meant to be explained. It was meant to be remembered. You're remembering now, aren't you? That you've always been watched. That the dreams weren't just dreams. That the suffering had a pattern. That the signs weren't random. That your pain wasn't pointless. That your life has always been a message in motion. You didn't stumble here. You were led here, drawn here, pulled here by something greater that has been waiting for you to wake up. This isn't just a message, it's a mirror. And if it's resonating, if your skin is buzzing, if your chest feels tight, if your eyes are filling with tears and you don't even know why, it means you've already been marked. Marked for mission, marked for awakening, marked for remembrance. You don't need anyone to confirm what your spirit already knows. You are not crazy, you are coded. And what's watching you isn't always watching to hurt you. Some are watching to protect. Some are assigned to record your rise. Some are waiting for the moment when you finally step into the fire and own it. Because you are not ordinary. You never were. You are the interruption, the disruption, the prophecy that hell tried to abort but heaven refused to forget. You're being watched now because you're close. Closer than you've ever been. To the truth. To your purpose, to your power. So if your soul already knows this, if your bones feel this truth vibrating through every word, if you felt eyes on you that no human could explain, then it's time. Comment 777 below. Let the watchers know you see them too. This isn't paranoia. This is prophetic clarity, and it's only just beginning. The pain before the power, before you ever heard the word awakening, before you understood terms like alignment, frequency, or divine calling. You just felt lost. You felt broken in ways you couldn't explain, tired in ways sleep couldn't fix, empty in places your joy used to live. It started slowly. Little things became harder, people felt more distant. The world began to feel unreal, and then it got louder. The breakdowns, the random panic, the shame that crept up even when you were doing nothing wrong, the need to withdraw, the fear of your own thoughts. You began to question everything, your relationships, your goals, your identity. You thought something was wrong with you, but nothing was wrong. Everything was beginning. This is what they don't tell you about awakening. It doesn't feel like enlightenment. It feels like death, because something is dying. Your false self, the version of you that was built to survive in a system that never honored your soul. And when that version starts to crumble, the pain is excruciating. You cry for no reason. You feel everything too much, or nothing at all. You look in the mirror and barely recognize who's looking back. Your soul is grieving, not because you're lost, but because you're finally being found. And that process, it's messy. You'll question your sanity. You'll isolate yourself because no one around you understands. You'll scroll through social media and feel like you're living in another dimension. You'll try to numb it, deny it, run from it. But you can't unsee what you've seen. You can't unknow what your spirit already knows. You're being dismantled, and it hurts. It hurts more than you can explain, because you're shedding skin that's been with you for years. You're cutting cords with people you once thought were your forever. You're letting go of dreams that were never yours to begin with. And there's no manual, no map, no safe landing, just you, your soul, and the watchers. Yes, they're watching even now, not to harm, but to measure, to confirm your growth, to see how you move through the fire, because this is the test. Can you still love when everything inside you feels shattered? Can you still believe when every door is slamming shut? Can you still choose truth when the lie is easier to live? Can you trust the breakdown as sacred? Because that's what it is. It's not a punishment. It's a preparation. The darkness you feel isn't an absence of light. It's the shadow of something massive moving inside you. A shift, a rewire, a rebirth. You were broken open for a reason, because your soul was too big for the shell it was trapped in, and it had to crack. The pain is the signal that you're expanding, growing into the person you were always meant to be, not the version molded by trauma, not the persona created to fit in, but the original frequency of your soul, raw, radiant, real. You'll notice your tolerance for fake things disappears. Surface conversations make you nauseous. Crowds feel suffocating. Noise feels like violence. This is your energy field recalibrating, your nervous system realigning to truth. You begin to remember that you're more than this body, more than this identity, more than your story. And that remembrance, it attracts attention, because as your light activates, the darkness around you responds. People will attack you without reason. Friends will vanish. Family will accuse you of changing, and they'll be right. You are changing. You're not shrinking anymore. You're not pretending anymore. You're not playing dead to make others feel comfortable. You're becoming dangerous to the system, to the matrix, to every spirit that fed off your silence. And the watchers, they take note. You're passing tests others never even knew they were in. You're walking through spiritual fire with nothing but your faith. You're holding divine truth inside a world addicted to lies. You are being tested, yes, but you're also being trusted. Because not everyone survives this phase. Not everyone makes it through the dark night of the soul, but you didn't just make it. You transformed in it, and now something sacred is happening. You're starting to feel the shift. Subtle at first. A new clarity in your thoughts, a calm that wasn't there before, a knowing that doesn't need to be explained. You cry, but it's not the same. These tears feel holy. These tears are release. You're clearing out decades of emotional weight. You're unplugging from the illusions. You're letting your spirit breathe again. You're remembering your name. not the one they gave you, but the one heaven calls you by. You're not just healing, you're activating, and the watchers know. They can feel your frequency rising. They can feel the strength in your silence. They can feel the shift in your presence. You're no longer just a target, you're becoming a torch. You'll begin to see it around you, how your words hit differently, how your silence speaks volumes, how people feel nervous around you without knowing why, because your energy exposes everything false, and that's not arrogance, that's alignment. You didn't survive the pain just to stay silent. You didn't crawl through the shadows just to sit quietly in the light. You're here to guide others out, to speak what others are afraid to say, to embody the truth others are still searching for. You are not who you were before the pain. You are who the pain revealed. So gather yourself, chosen one. Stand tall in your ashes. Look the heavens in the eye and say, I'm still here. I'm still rising. I remember who I am, because if the fire didn't kill you, it crowned you. The spiritual truth. Now that you've walked through the fire, now that the ashes have cooled and your soul still stands, it's time to lift the veil and see what this has really been about. The breakdowns, the silence, the divine withdrawal from everything familiar, they were never punishment, they were positioning. Because you, chosen one, are not here by accident. You were not thrown into this world like debris in a storm. You were placed here, planted here on purpose with precision. Your soul carries data, ancient, encrypted, divine. And when the time came, that data started to unlock. That's what the breakdown was. The fire, it was a decoding process. The pressure, it was calibration. You're not falling apart. You're being translated from human identity into spiritual instrument. Everything you lost had to go because it was never part of your original design. Every person who ghosted you was removed to clear the frequency. Every dream that shattered was not the dream heaven had in mind. The divine does not waste. Not a tear, not a wound, not a single second of your suffering. Because behind the curtain of your reality, something greater has been moving, watching, waiting, warring on your behalf. You were not alone. There were angels, there were guides, there were watchers assigned to witness your transformation. Yes, you've been watched all along, but not just by the shadows, also by the sacred. There are beings who recorded every time you prayed and felt nothing, who noted when you gave love and received silence, who stood beside you when you screamed into your pillow and said, I can't do this anymore. And every time you chose love, every time you kept going, every time you forgave without apology, the heavens documented it, because your life isn't random, it's a record. And now, it's time to read between the lines. The reason you feel different is because you are. You've been upgraded energetically. The old you can't survive at this level. The old patterns will suffocate. The old timelines will glitch. Because now, your soul is running on prophetic current, and the watchers feel it. So does the resistance. Yes, the spiritual warfare has intensified, hasn't it? The attacks became more subtle, the distractions sharper, the temptations quieter, more cunning. You find yourself drained for no reason. You wake up in fear with no explanation. You attract people who try to attach themselves to your light and drain it in disguise. This is not coincidence. It's not bad luck. It's confirmation. You are rising in frequency, and with it comes spiritual consequence. The brighter the flame, the more moths it attracts. But you weren't given this light to shrink from the dark. You were given this light to command it. You are a walking activation, a living code. And you weren't just chosen to awaken. You were chosen to disrupt. You are the anomaly, the glitch in the system, the soul who remembers things most have forgotten. Because this world is a maze, built to keep divine ones like you asleep. It numbs you with noise, distracts you with false desires, buries you in shame and calls it normal. But you never fully fit in, did you? Even when you tried, even when you played along, even when you followed the rules, something in you knew. You felt it in childhood. You saw things others didn't. You questioned what everyone accepted. And that wasn't defiance. That was divine memory resurfacing. Because chosen ones don't learn truth. They remember it. You were designed differently. That's why your pain was different. Your triggers, your patterns, your path. Because you weren't being punished. You were being prepared. Prepared for what? To be the disruption in a world hypnotized by illusion. To be the frequency keeper in a dimension full of distortion. To be the messenger, the one who speaks what others are too afraid to even feel. And you don't need validation for that. The Watchers have already confirmed it. They saw you sit in silence and choose faith. They saw you love without return. They saw you speak truth when lies would have been easier, and they nodded in spiritual agreement. Yes, this one is ready. Ready to carry the flame, ready to walk the scroll, ready to embody the code. You are no longer being tested for identity. You are being trusted with influence. And influence doesn't look like followers. It looks like frequency. You walk into a room and shift the vibration. You speak and hearts crack open. You touch and trauma dissolves. Your energy isn't passive, it's prophetic. And it was forged in silence, in betrayal, in the wilderness, because before heaven sends someone into impact, it sends them into isolation, not as punishment, but as preservation. You were hidden to be honored. You were silenced to learn Chirit's sound. You were overlooked because you weren't meant to be seen by just anyone. Only those who can receive you will. And now, as your energy aligns with your assignment, the Watchers shift. They're not just observing anymore. They're orchestrating. Opportunities are being prepared. Hearts are being softened. Doors are unlocking. Portals are opening. Because the prophecy is unfolding, and you are its living proof. So yes, you're still being watched, but not as prey, not as punishment. You're being watched because your yes is contagious. Because your survival is a signal. Because your very existence is a threat to the Matrix. So stop asking if you're enough. You are. Stop waiting for permission. You already have it. Stop hiding in shadows that can't contain your fire anymore. Chosen one, the truth is this: you are not here to be liked. You are here to be light. And the Watchers are still watching. But now they watch in awe. The calling and activation. You've walked through the fire. You've decoded the pain. You've remembered the truth. And now, it's time. No more waiting. No more hiding. No more denying what you are. You didn't go through all of that just to survive. You went through it so you could awaken others. Because the truth is, your calling isn't coming. It's already here. It's been whispering to you in dreams, tugging at you in the quiet moments, flooding your chest with emotion when you hear words that resonate with your soul. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to interrupt. You were never meant to play small. You were meant to shatter illusions. You were never meant to live numb. You were meant to transmit fire. Everything that happened to you was training, spiritual conditioning, energetic reprogramming, because you were never just here to heal. You were here to heal others. By being the living proof that it's possible. You are the evidence. You are the echo. You are the walking message for someone else's miracle. Your voice carries codes now. Your presence carries alignment. Your silence even shifts people. You don't have to do anything flashy. Just walking into a room, you make people feel. Some won't know why. Others will be drawn to you like a magnet. This is what happens when a chosen one activates. You become a spiritual lighthouse, not because you're perfect, but because you are aligned. Your life is the sermon. Your journey is the scripture. Your scars are the sacred ink. You've been refined so that your presence can carry weight, not ego, essence. You were called to be a mirror. So when others look at you, they see their own awakening staring back. And yes, this will be uncomfortable, because stepping into your calling means shedding your last layer of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of being seen too clearly. But those fears are illusions too, because guess what? You were already seen, long before now. Heaven already approved you. The Watchers already confirmed you. They've been watching, not to criticize, but to witness your emergence. And now they stand back. Because your spirit is no longer hidden. You've arrived at the threshold. This is where the old you ends, and the real you begins. The healer, the truth teller, the storm bringer, the peace carrier, the generational curse breaker, the timeline shifter. This is not mythology. This is your mission, and it doesn't require a pulpit, a microphone, or a million followers. It requires one thing. Your yes, not a hesitant yes, not a maybe, not a someday, a full-bodied, fearless, soul-rooted yes. Yes to walking with purpose even when no one claps. Yes to speaking truth even if your voice shakes. Yes to creating light in a world that rewards shadows. This is the activation moment where your energy moves from passive to prophetic, where your past becomes a platform, where your pain becomes prophecy. Because here's the divine secret. Your story is someone else's survival guide. Your tears are someone else's healing water. Your light is someone else's breakthrough. Your alignment is someone else's awakening key. And now, it's time to step forward, not with arrogance, but with certainty. Because heaven is counting on you. There are souls connected to your name. There are lives tied to your voice. There are chains that will only break when you walk in your anointing. This is what spiritual responsibility looks like. It's not heavy, it's holy. You're not obligated by force. You're invited by fire. The fire in your bones. The fire that won't let you rest. The fire that keeps you up at night with visions, dreams, burdens, and ideas. That's not anxiety. That's divine urgency. Because the world doesn't need more followers, it needs frequency leaders, and that's what you are now. Your energy is sacred technology. Your words are sonic warfare. Your touch is encoded with healing, but you must use them. You can't wait until you feel ready. You won't ever feel ready. You just need to move. Take the first step. Speak the first word. Break the first silence. Even if your voice trembles, move anyway. Even if you're shaking, shine anyway. Even if you lose people, rise anyway. Because the Watchers are no longer testing you. They're activating assignments around you. Every move you make in alignment creates ripples. Energetic doors are swinging open. Allies are being magnetized. Resources are appearing. The atmosphere is shifting. This is what alignment feels like. It's not loud, it's undeniable. You'll see signs, you'll hear confirmations, you'll feel waves of peace where chaos once lived. And when it gets heavy again, when resistance returns, when your old self tries to creep back in, remember this. You were never called to be liked. You were called to be light, to stand, to burn, to lead. You are no longer just awakening, you are awakened. Now you lead by vibration. Now you teach by embodiment. Now you serve by simply being who you are fully. So if you feel this in your bones, if your heart is pounding and your soul is rising, then it's time. Comment 444 or 999. Let the realm know you're not watching anymore. You've been activated. You were born to transfigure it. It's quiet now, isn't it? Not around you, but within you. After all the battles, after all the storms, after all the noise and grief and ache and fire, there's something else rising now. Not confusion, not fear, not even joy. It's clarity, sacred, still, unshakable. Because now you understand. You weren't sent here just to survive this life. You weren't sent to obey rules that keep people small. You weren't born to chase the world's approval while your soul screams. You were sent here to transfigure reality, not to repeat what was done before, but to write what has never been lived. You carry codes no one else carries. You hold frequencies no one else can replicate. You embody a light that no darkness can counterfeit. This is what it means to be chosen. It's not a title. It's not a prize. It's a burden before it's a blessing. It's a refiner's fire before it's an audience. It's an isolation before it's a legacy. But now you're standing at the end of the tunnel, still trembling maybe, but still standing. And the spirit realm knows it. The watchers who once stood at a distance, who recorded your struggles, who took note of your obedience in the unseen. They're not just watching now, they're witnessing. Because you've become the prophecy that was whispered over your life. You're no longer just the one who suffered. You're the one who shifted. You shifted timelines. You shifted bloodlines. You shifted dimensions. Your very presence breaks cycles. Your voice restores DNA. Your walk activates divine memory in others. Because people will feel it. They'll feel you. Even if they don't understand it. Even if they can't explain it. Your energy will speak to the ancient part of them that forgot God lived inside. And that is why you were called. You were never just a student of suffering. You were always meant to be a messenger of light. And now the message is walking, breathing, moving, loving, healing, disrupting, rebuilding. That message is you. Your scars tell stories that set others free. Your silence carries wisdom that shifts atmospheres. Your very life is now a living scripture, unfolding with every step you take in alignment. And here's the truth. You're still being watched, but not with suspicion, not with testing, not with resistance. Now you're being watched like a signal tower by souls who are still searching. They're looking for signs that it's possible, that survival isn't the end, that the pain wasn't in vain, that there is something on the other side, and your life will be that sign. You don't even have to say a word, because the frequency doesn't lie, the energy doesn't perform, it simply radiates. You are the radiant one now, not because you're better, but because you remembered. You remembered who you are, who you were, who you've always been, a being of light wrapped in skin, a portal of truth in a world of noise. A reminder that God still moves through people. So yes, they're still watching, but now you are too. You see what they tried to hide. You feel what others deny. You know things you never studied. You speak words you never rehearsed. Because this is the language of the activated, and you are fully, completely, irrevocably activated. This moment is no longer just a spiritual checkpoint. It's a commissioning. The heavens have taken note. The energy grids have recalibrated. The timelines have shifted to make room for your path. And now, it's your time. Not in theory, not someday. Now, so walk differently. Pray with fire. Speak with authority. Move with intention. You are no longer a seeker. You are a seer, a transmitter, a breaker of chains, a builder of bridges, a sacred storm in motion. You are here to remind people what love actually feels like, what truth sounds like, what God looks like when walking through the world, not in robes, not in temples, but in your messy, beautiful, miraculous humanity. You're not here to ascend out of your life. You're here to bring the divine into your life, to spiritualize the mundane, to awaken the numb, to activate the forgotten. So if this message cracked something open in you, if you felt your chest buzz, your eyes tear up, your soul whisper, yes, this is me, then don't just feel it, claim it. Let the watchers know, let the world know, let your own spirit know. You are no longer becoming, you are. Comment 777 if your soul already knew. Comment 444 if you're stepping into alignment. Comment 999 if you're ready to transfigure the world through your light. And when the noise of the world gets loud again, when doubt tries to creep in, when old energies whisper your old name, come back here. Let this message be your mirror. Let this truth reawaken the flame. Because you're not walking this path alone anymore. We're here. We see you, and we'll be waiting. In every video, in every message, in every ripple of light, this channel was born to send. Subscribe, share, return. The Spirit Guide is watching with you, and your calling has only just begun.